Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
Welcome
what's up,
to
everyone?
We're Offended That People Cut You Off. Do you ever get offended when you're trying to talk and someone just jumps in and starts talking over you? I know I do.
I didn't cut you off. I mimicked you. I even went from the high to low because you always go, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. He's Tyler.
Yeah, so now that I don't have to do my intro, hi, everybody. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. And you know what that means. It's Monday. So, sorry.
Monday, fun day.
So lots has been going on this week, and
Oh, my God.
our boy up
Too
there,
much.
Mr. Big Mouth, he's going to be the
Too
one
much.
to fill you in on what's been going on.
Too much. The Honkining 2.0 is back, or I guess the Honkining 2 Electric Boogaloo has returned to the streets of Ottawa.
The honking
over the weekend. Yeah. Fuck, what else? Okay, so there was actually one thing, and we're not going to go too deep into this, but you know, the I've always brought up, you know, during the pandemic, the side consequences to I guess to the lockdowns and everything else. So we're going to touch on that a little bit. God, what else? We have a lot. Maybe and some debunking. Some debunking is going to be going on.
Debunking of what?
Debunking some of those claims that were made regarding the COVID-19 lockdowns. So we're going to debunk just a little bit, not a lot, just a little. Canada is being the brave leaders of the world, and some of the measures that they are enacting, which to me personally, I think sanctions are stupid. I think they're a terrible idea, but you know, well, and we're going to talk about the Ukraine-Russia thing a little bit more, since, well, you know, that's kind of big political news, and you see a lot of the virtue signaling that is coming out. Oh God, some of the just the hypocrisy that is the political left, the leftist ideologies, but before that. YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, we're all over the place. Go check us out. Share us with your friends, share us with your family. Yeah, if you learn something new, you know. All right, let's get into this shit.
Before we get into it, everybody, grab your drink. Yeah, I feel like you might need it.
Well, so we're going to come to a bit of a conclusion why not necessarily Ukraine is the good guy, and that Russia necessarily isn't the bad guy. Get your virtue signaling hats on.
I don't have one.
Neither do I. I don't wear hats. All right, so let's get into this first segment. So, this is from the CBC. The trucks may have left Ottawa, but phantom honking lingers for many downtown.
Hold on, did you just say phantom honking? Kind of like, you know, when a war veteran loses his leg and they get that like phantom leg feeling. Really? We're going to compare.
Well, it's more like the PTSD of, you know, hearing like a car backfire and they think it's a gunshot. So they.
Seriously?
Okay.
Seriously.
I'm dead fucking serious.
This is a fucking article?
This is dead
you did
serious.
It again. I was trying really hard not to swear, and then you had to go open up your mouth and start off with some stupid-ass story that made me go, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my God.
Yeah, Kevin uses one word to describe the first days of the protests in downtown Ottawa. Torture.
Kevin apparently
literally
was too much as a child.
Or not enough. Like, hey, it's okay. You can. All right, whatever. All right, Kevin, let's hear about your days in the battle for the bouncy castle. Let's see how that went. So literally, there was trucks right underneath me, said Kevin, who did not want to provide the Communist Broadcasting Corp a last name for the fear of reprisal.
I couldn't imagine why. I mean, this is a legit thing that he's complaining about. So why would you want to leave your last name out of it? Or,
You definitely do not want to have a last name, because no chick is gonna fuck you after this. None. If you weren't, well, to be fair, in this article, he says he has 3 cats and 2 dogs, so he's fucking something. And it's not a woman. All right. After this, it's not a woman. Maybe Pamela Henderson. That's about it.
Well, okay. In all fairness, see, I'm wearing my glasses today. I don't want to stay up. Anyway, in all fairness, see, if the noise is making the dogs go, I mean, look at our dogs. Let's just for one second.
Brought them out.
Look at our dogs. If somebody was outside of our place honking nonstop, Reese would not shut the fuck up.
She would eventually just get bored of it.
What do you think?
Like, eventually, a dog's gonna go like, "Oh, the fucking people are honking again." Oh, okay, no, carry on. Maybe she'd probably just stand at the window and look all ominous and shit. That's about. But to say this was torture, this was psychological torture. I have flashbacks to Iwo Jima in Vietnam. Like,
yeah, I can't even. Like, I just want to like go and like give him a hug and like pat his head and just be like, it's gonna be okay. Stop being a little bitch. Pull up your pants. It's gonna be okay.
Like this is some beta cuck energy. Like this is on the scale of cuckitude. He's like giga cuck. Like, just the torture. The torture is the reason behind an ongoing class action lawsuit, which sought an injunction prohibiting any participants in the convoy protest from using a vehicle horn in the vicinity of downtown Ottawa. Okay. When you hear that noise, it's like, oh, are they back? Is there a road convoy coming back? He lives 3 kilometers from the downtown, but could still hear the horns.
Oh, come on. Come on.
But he said that he said that trucks were right below him. But dude, you just said that you were 3 kilometers away.
Pick a lie, dude. Pick a lie.
Look, I felt I was constantly doing these sort of double takes. It almost feels a bit re-traumatizing. Weak men make hard times. And beta cucks suck dick.
And then cry about it after.
Oh my God. So, well, I posted this little thing from Freedom Tunes. I'm sure, like, the fucking guy's got like 800,000 subscribers. So he has a bit of a video of that MP talking about the honking, the HH being, or honk being synonymous with Hail Hitler, and the 88. Like,
yeah, it's a super funny video.
Yeah. He's like a goose honks, and like Justin Trudeau or it was her. She goes and like wrings its neck. A kid on a bike honks his little horn, and she kicks him off of it.
Yeah, she hurts the clown. And then you see Trudeau standing up there talking about, I don't know, his authoritarian bullshit, and she's like, yeah, okay, and walks away. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So we will have it in the link posted below, so you can definitely check it out, because you should. It's super funny.
Yeah, of course. Anything we talk about, you could. Well, I'm sure you could see. We have links for everything that we talk about in the description. It'll always be there. Okay, and of course, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if we're not on YouTube, we're on Rumble or Spotify. We're around. Hit that like button, smash that Rumble button, and tickle that review button. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. There are people that are survivors, that people that, got out of sex trafficking, sound less like a bitch than Kevin, his three cats and 2 dogs. Like Eliza Blue doesn't even come close to sounding like this pussy. I've seen pussies that have more balls, and I've seen tranny porn. So. Okay. Okay. All right, let's move on to this next one. So, yeah, from CTV News, anti-mandate demonstration marches to Parliament Hill 1 week after removal of convoy protesters. Like I said, it's the honking 2 electric boogaloo. And so Laura Clark, or I guess demonstrator opposed to COVID-19 mandates, returned to Ottawa, though in smaller numbers and notably without any heavy vehicles, for a march on Parliament Hill. We want everyone to have, look, check this out, check out those words. Freedom of choice. And we're worried that is jeopardized. So again, we're back to the freedom of choice. It's not saying you have to do this. And we're going to get into some other things that I've kind of been looking into.
You got something downloading in the background there or updating?
No.
You're
No.
super roboty. You go roboty and then all of a sudden you're like catching up.
Oh. But is the audio coming through fine?
It gets choppy occasionally, but.
Oh, maybe I'll sit here like this. Okay, but so we're gonna. I do want to talk a little bit about. So, these vaccine passports. We all know vaccines do not prevent you from getting COVID. They do not stop the transmission of COVID. They don't. So, what possibly? And you've seen a test run of if you are unfavorable to the government, you will be debanked. You will be removed. So. There's a little thing in China called the social credit system. Do you ever hear about that, Kim?
No, I have not.
No?
That sounds like shenanigans to me.
It does, but it is literally if the government or your employer doesn't like the things that you are doing, they can shut down your bank account. You can be depersoned. Not just debanked. This is some George Orwellian fucking levels of where if anyone that hasn't read 1984, someone gets sent to the Ministry of Love, and everyone just has to forget about them. So like what they're doing here, and we're gonna. This is why this whole thing is about hypocrisy. And the media double standards. So a lot of the things, it's weird, a lot of the things that they're leaving out, it paints a very different picture. It's a lie by omission, is what colloquially is called. But so you've seen that happen during these protests, where if your views are wrong, in fact, there's a big push for digital identification. So we had that video with the Talus, the digital wallet thing.
Yeah, that thing is creepy.
Where you scan it. Yeah. But so you could almost think of it like, because our money we're interest rates, like if you look in the States, they're $30 trillion in debt, and they're trying to spend their way out of a pandemic.
Oh, is that all?
They're borrowing more money than they possibly have. So what they're looking at implementing is a digital identification, a credit system, or I guess more a better way to put it is a voucher system. So it would be money, issued to you from your employer. And so think about this. You go to the store and you want to buy a bag of chips. Well, the government says, or your employer says, well, you know what? You've bought enough chips this week. we're cutting off your funding. But if you would like, you could go buy some vegetables. That's the type of stuff that is coming. So
How
they
am I
have this
supposed to eat
whole
my feelings with
infrastructure in
vegetables?
place.
Huh?
Well, a lot of ranch.
Ugh.
But you've seen, yeah, or ranches. I don't know why. Okay, but it's not even ranch. It's blue cheese sauce. It's not even ranch. I was thinking chicken wings, like buffalo chicken wings.
Oh. Yeah, I could dip it in
I could fuck a plate of those.
some Caesar dressing. See, you know, the
So
kind
you
of
want to say
dressing
that
that
one again?
it gives you seizures. Yeah, that stuff. Caesar dressing.
Seizure dressing.
Yeah. So then you eat it and then you just end up like, and then it just comes back out again. It's actually like a diet thing. Yeah.
Oh, look, the bulimia sauce.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but so the infrastructure is already put in place with the passport, the ID system, where, what if your job says, well, after these hours, like, hey, this person drinks too much alcohol. Well, you're cut off. It is literally starting to control every aspect of what you are doing. So the people that think that these QR codes are for your health, for your safety, it's not. It's not. Flat out, it's not. It is literally the government. It is Big Brother. This is George Orwell fucking talked about this. Atlas Shrugged, Fahrenheit 451. Like, how many more? V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta. I was just going to say that, yes. There were so many future predicting movies out there.
Well, so looking at this, do you really feel safer? Were you unsafe before 2020? Did you honestly feel scared?
No.
If someone was sick, it's like, oh, okay, fuckface is sick.
You don't breathe on me. You got germs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no hugging or cuddling today.
But honestly, if you think that this is about health, every major atrocity has been waged in the name of public health. So, all right. So I was looking at, I had made the claims that, the knock-on effects, the developmentally stunting, suicide going up, spousal abuse going up, and I said, I'm going to look into what did the government know and what actual numbers were coming out. So the stuff that I'm talking about right now is either in theory or is in practice, what they were actually able to see. So these are things that government knew was going to be a problem. Did they do anything about it? Nope. But they got to enjoy wonderful dinners, trips, and everything else while they told everyone else stay home. So they looked at five key areas. Changes in support systems, availability and accessibility of services related to substance abuse, transmission of people, or increased risk of transmission with people that have substance abuse, and risk of severe outcomes with regards to substance abuse. So we can just roll through this quick. So March 30th and March 30th and April 2nd found a quarter of people aged 35 to 54 reported increased alcohol consumption during the pandemic. A survey revealed that younger adults aged 15 to 24 were particularly affected. So this, I'm getting a little too fast. So this is a direct in use of using substances as a coping device. Next one, in order of mental health. Ages 15 to 24 were particularly affected, with 62% reporting excellent or very good mental health in 2018, compared to 42% during the pandemic, a 20-point drop. So that is notable. Yeah. Stigmas associated with COVID-19. So, for example, stereotyping or prejudiced messaging in the media, such as using the terms that link COVID-19 to China, aka the China virus.
I'm so glad you did the voice.
Frankly, I haven't called it personally, but I've heard people call it the Kung flu. But okay, but I guess people that are in a severely, it's like the George Takei thing, where he was saying, I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's okay that you got COVID. Or if you're vaccinated and got COVID, it's not your fault. Dude, I don't know how many fucking rim jobs you've been giving, but something's gone loose here.
5 a day.
5 rim jobs? Oh.
A day.
Well, no, but what do you really like? That's just like a slang term. It was like a joke, kind of thing. But all right, hardships related to employment, finances, and access to basic needs. In April 2020, approximately 5.5 million Canadians either lost their employment or were working substantially reduced hours. So we can keep going on. So in terms, availability of mental health services, well, that was basically cut out for people. Support systems in terms of communities and activities, basically gone. Mental health and substance abuse or substance use. So in terms of healthcare, so this was from the Hospital News. Since the series started in the fall of 2020, respondents have been reporting significant mental health concerns at much higher rates than before the pandemic. For example, only 42% of people were, like we talked about. But so the COVID-19 pandemic has been accompanied by an increase in use of alcohol and cannabis by a large percentage, 30 and 35% respectively. Moreover, 21% and 36% of people who use alcohol and cannabis respectively report signs of problematic use. So these things became a coping mechanism where you become dependent on it. So the one about suicide rates, and I'm trying to understand why, and I haven't been able to find out the actual reason. And none of the articles that I looked at, like you can see, like, from the Star, we have that from the NCBI, like trying to find the actual information. So apparently, suicide data from 21 or 25 country regions, including parts of Canada, show there were no signs of an increase in deaths by suicide in the first few months of the pandemic. The results may seem surprising, as there are counter predictions that suicide rates would rise in Canada as consequences of the pandemic. But it's been the total opposite. So whereas the net decline or damage in overall suicide rates was evident in the data presented in these reports. So, and this was a long read, of course. It's in the description. You'll see. Please, I encourage you, find the information for yourself. Verify my bullshit. But so those are some of the things. So okay, so now that changes. Like, people weren't offing themselves. Mind you, the government was doing it well enough for them. So But but then okay. So in terms of spousal abuse, so from CTV News, so shadow pandemic, advocates worry lockdowns have fueled surge in partner violence. And I want to look at this little part right here. The pandemic also sparked an enormous rise in calls to support groups. Women at the Center, a Toronto-based group founded by Nika McGregor, reports a 9,000% increase in calls by the end of December 2021. 9,000%.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So seeking out support and medical treatment, like, this article was talking about, how abusers would, like, okay, I'm not an abusive, like, Kim, do I beat the fuck out of you? Tell the truth.
No.
tell the okay, good. But in this article, they were talking about their spouse was like threatening to go outside and get COVID and bring it home. Like,
Seriously. You know what I'm gonna do? You pissed me off. I'm gonna go outside. I am gonna bring home some COVID, and then I'm gonna make out with you, and you're gonna get it. I hope you're happy.
Like,
you made me do this.
Like, I'm trying to think of that. Like, I'm gonna screw myself over potentially. A very small chance, like less than 1%, that you would actually even die from it. But let's at some point you're splitting hairs. But for someone to say, I'm gonna go to the bar and I'm gonna find someone with COVID and I'm gonna bring it home.
That's like some like wacky. I'm gonna bring you an STD home because I'm pissed off at you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I hate you so much. I'm gonna go fuck someone else so that I get an incurable disease just to spite you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You like that? You like that? Mm?
Yeah. I hope you're happy now.
But there are also things of I shouldn't say guys because women and men abuse. In fact, I was looking. Okay, so in the oddly enough, in the gay community, the worst cases of spousal abuse out of like men to women, women to men, but in gay couples, it is like 70% there's abuse. Those dykes and I don't know what do you fudge packers, they beat the fuck out of each other. They can't help it. It is unbelievable how high it is.
Well, I mean, because you don't have that same moral thing in your brain that, well, I can't hit a girl or I'm not supposed to hit a girl. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So it's just easier that way. It's just two dudes, fighting it out. If they can't do it in the bedroom, they'll do it in the parking lot or something. And then with women, same thing. I mean, just hitting another girl is hitting another girl. It's not a big fucking deal.
Well, it was just crazy to see, they were. I don't mean to laugh because this stuff, it seems so ludicrous to me. Like, I'm going to shut the internet off.
I feel like you're talking about our kids right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to, but to me, it seems so stupid. No YouTube. No YouTube. Oh shit. I can't even grab my phone because my phone. I will take this away from you.
How dare you?
But I don't know. I guess that's what like abusers do is they love the idea of isolating people. So it was just seeing some of the stuff like. Okay, but so I was able to find a video of one of these interactions. So I do want to warn you, there is some violence with this, but it is to drive this point home. So I want to make that clear. So, all right, if you want to, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm going to prepare myself. I feel like this might be a little traumatic.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
Did you start it?
See that shit?
Did I not make myself clear?
Yeah, I totally did. Can you
believe what he did?
Get back in here and make me a sandwich.
Get in here and make me a sandwich.
Did I not make myself clear?
Nope. I love it.
Okay, so this
reminds me of like.
There are 3 reasons I deal with women.
What's happening there? It reminds me of an interaction that you and I would have. Because the funny thing is, for people who don't know us, like if you were to see us out in public, you'd probably think we hate each other. Oh yeah, we're so disrespectful to one another, and we do it just
Oh,
as a fucking joke, just to get the looks. Get the laughs from people, or for people to look at us and be like, "What the fuck?" So then we can laugh. So 100%.
yeah,
He would 100% be like, "Woman, get in there and make me a sandwich. You're supposed to be barefoot in the kitchen." And then I would probably throw something
yeah,
at him and walk away.
yeah, yeah. That's about right.
Yeah.
All right, so from the Calgary Herald, so lockdowns and their impact on increasing spousal abuse. So emergency protection orders. So this is when shit's like it's going down. Like there's fucking dildos from the gay couples flying around all over the place. There's sandwich meat. There's bologna. Like
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Shit's going down.
yeah, yeah. It's going hard. So emergency protection orders from January to October, compared to the same time in 2020, has been a 12.5% increase. That's huge.
Yeah, that it is.
So okay, so I guess I didn't know where else to put this, so I just threw it here. So with regards to, and I'll say, like, with regards to the response with COVID, like I said, this has been mandates. We're still under mandates. Even though I'm not in the country, I still have to deal with stupid mandates. This is one thing, and I want people to think about this. Sorry, I have something in my eye. I want to think about this. These mandates is a fundamental shift in responsibility where I am now responsible for your decisions. That is what this is why this is there's so much resistance to it. There's such a fundamental shift. And one of the big concerns. So during a crisis, what did we see? Well, famously in the States, what was implemented after 9/11? The Patriot Act, where it gave government sweeping power to spy on its citizens because people were afraid. They were looking for safety. And I think that is why, like, there are some people that just, well, it should be your job to take care of me. Like, but like, let's look at it this way. I need a kidney. I need a kidney from you. Well, you could say, okay, I can donate one to you. No. This would fundamentally change where the government says, you have an extra one. We're going to take that from you. That is the fundamental difference when I am now responsible for your choices. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. That like, I have my own family to take care of. I have my own friends that I have to worry. I don't have to worry about, like, this has never been a thing. So, well, now you don't want to give up that kidney? Well, I guess there's going to be some type of monetary punishment. Oh, I know you like going to Red Lobster. Well, I guess you don't go. Like, that's the type of stuff that can be done with this sweeping government change, where you are debanked. You're seeing the shit from, like, Russia's being pulled off the SWIFT system. You think they care? Honestly, do you think they care? Spoiler alert, they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
I mean, all that work that they're putting in, they don't even care. What a bummer.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm just that is the big concern. So, so the other point that I have here. So during a crisis, dissent is banned. So during a crisis, you don't want anyone to, this is what we got to do, and let's just go and get it done. Just shut up and we got to get the job done. But in terms of legislation, what happens? big sweeping changes come through, whether through laws or mandates, things get pushed through because people aren't saying, whoa, 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 hold on here, hold on. What are we doing here? Because everyone's just, no, shut up. We gotta get to 70%. No, we gotta get to 80%. So, if you look at Pfizer, the largest lawsuit in the world was from Pfizer. Do you think the medical industry has your best interest at heart? Do you think the government kickbacks that the governments get for pushing this stuff, for doctors pushing, the opioid crisis that had a bigger impact than smoking? You think they have your best interest at heart?
Well, 100%.
I
Because
don't.
the big guy told me.
Yeah. Yeah. Big brother told you what to do. But so this is what ends up getting pushed is you cannot talk about it. You cannot say it. Even voices like dissenting voices, it's no. You cannot speak. You cannot speak on Facebook. You cannot speak on Twitter. You cannot speak in public for fear of what? Ostracization or being ostracized, being fined, being imprisoned, being debanked.
Honestly, it's the dumbest shit that gets you freaking banned off of or blocked off of Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Like honestly, we knew somebody who literally had just made the comment, "I'm going to kick your butt," to their son-in-law, and they got banned for a week. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Like there was just a conversation
but
going back and forth, but it was violence. She said, "I'm going to kick your butt." Oh my god, there's too many snowflakes.
Well, and that's the thing. Any sense of dissent, anything that goes against any type of narrative, that is the big concern. I'm all for progress. I'm all for equal rights. I'm all for that type of stuff. But I'm also in support of individual responsibilities. I'm not responsible for what you decide to do. Because then what? Well, how about you take responsibility that you decided to eat like a fucking pig and sit and do nothing your entire life? I'm responsible for that. I don't think that's right. What? I'm responsible for someone that made the choice to smoke their entire life? I don't care. Do whatever the fuck you want. But then don't come to me and say, I need that lung of yours. The same thing. It's like peanut allergies. People are or any type of like food allergies. It is such a small percentage. But what happens? Well, if you have peanuts, you could be charged with attempted murder.
Yeah.
What? There was one study that I had seen years ago. I'm sorry, I'm just coming off the dome piece. And I believe it was a school in the UK. So instead of banning peanuts, like the typical stuff, I think it was peanuts and some other typical things that kids, would be allergic to. Not kids, but you know what I mean. But so what they did was they allowed peanuts in the school, but the people that had peanut allergies sat at a certain table.
Okay.
So not only did the people that had those allergies have more personal responsibility, the people that had those peanut butter jelly sandwich or whatever were more aware of the people that actually were hurt.
Yep.
Or people that could be hurt by it.
Well, when I was in school, it was the same. I had a peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and honey sandwich every single day. And we were allowed to have that in school. And this is even in elementary school. We were just, okay, this is the person in your grade that has allergies. So just be aware of that. And we were all very mindful of that.
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense now where literally kids are not allowed to have anything that has peanuts in it or anything at school. Like you can't have your peanut butter sandwiches and you have to buy snacks that have peanuts free and all this other stuff. And for that
Yeah.
1 or 2 kids in school that have the allergy, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be cautious of that, but when I was in school, we were all very well aware of who had the allergies, and guess what? They're still alive today.
Yeah. Well, allegedly.
No, they are.
But that's the thing is they were responsible for themselves, and then everyone around them was aware that they are vulnerable. So as a group, we kind of protect them. Like, okay, during this whole COVID thing, hey, my mom is immunocompromised. My stepdad is immunocompromised. So I'm not gonna just go over there and like I'm not gonna cough all over. Like, no, okay. So now who's vulnerable, who potentially could be affected by this. That's very different than when you put something in your body. And here's another thing that you are inoculating, well, supposedly inoculating. Well, you're not. That's the thing. You're not. It's a flu shot. You're giving everyone a shot with disregard for people, to save the old, the immunocompromised, and totally denying people that actually can have an adverse effect from it. We brought up before. Eric Clapton got 2 shots, and he said, "Hey, my hand stopped working," and he was called anti-vax. Like,
Idiotas.
but you want to talk about stigmatization. You're stigmatizing people for saying, "Hey, I could die from this." Like, we have friends that have literally said, one has, a concern about cancer. Well, their doctor suggested do not get it. His wife is immunocompromised to the point that she probably could not get it. Doctor advised against it. What about them? Oh, well, fuck them. They can stay in their home, kick them to the curb, let them die.
Yeah.
That's the thing, but that is what's being pushed through.
Well, yeah, and your doctor knows more about you and the physics of what's going on in your body than the government knows. So the government can sit there and push it all they want, but the fact of the matter is you should be talking to your doctor, because your doctor is going to know whether this is something safe for you to do or maybe you should not.
Well, what's the point of having a doctor if the government just says, well, you have to do this or else?
I don't know. And
What's
that's what doesn't make any sense to me, is if you're not a doctor and you're telling somebody that they should go talk to their doctor, well, you're giving them medical advice and you're giving them misinformation. Okay, but you know as much about being a doctor as I do, and you're telling everybody to actually inject stuff into them. I'm not telling people to inject stuff into them, nor don't inject stuff into you. I'm saying talk to your doctor. Make that decision with you and your doctor. Don't take somebody else's word for it. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a doctor, nor am I a scientist. I don't know shit. Just do what's right for you. The government doesn't know that. They don't know what's going on with your body or anything. Like,
All right. You want to talk about some other things that are fucking useless?
yeah, I love useless information.
Oh. Okay, so let's look at this. So this is from CP24. So Ontario's banning Russian products from the LCBO shelves over Ukraine invasion. So Ontario Finance Minister Peter, I don't care, says the provincial government is directing the liquor, well, it's their liquor control board of Ontario. Actually, that's what it's called. To withdraw all products produced in Russia from store shelves following Russia's widely condemned invasion of Ukraine.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna stick it to the Ruskies, take away their Piznichnia voda.
Well, but so that doesn't do anything. The product has already been bought. Russia's already made their money. Secondly, sanctions don't do anything. Here, you want a crazy idea? I think sanctions are a form of terrorism.
What? Why would you say such crazy thing?
Okay, so here I'm gonna explain it a little bit.
Okay,
so terrorism, this is why like words are important, because words have meanings, and I think any meaning of a word should be very strictly kind of adhered to within, well, obviously within reason. Like if you say like, oh, you're a ding dong, well, no, you're actually not a pastry, but
I'm not.
but
I bet I'm delicious.
no. All right. Anyways, okay. So what is the point of a sanction? It is directly to harm the citizens in order for them to, attempt to, because of poverty or whatever else, to be forced to try and overthrow their government. So, is that not the definition of terrorism? To reach a political ideology through its citizens, through either coercion or force, to achieve a political end. So, you are preventing people, the citizens, from being able to provide food to force a political change through coercion or force. Does that not sound like terrorism? We are literally committing terrorism against Russia right now. And everyone is cool with that? Because the Russian, the government isn't going to be affected by it. They didn't shut off oil. If they were big fucking talkers, all of Europe, all the United States of Canada, if they were big talkers, they would have shut off the oil. But they didn't.
Well, yeah, that's where the money is.
All right, and you want to see some more useless virtue signaling?
Okay.
So from the post-millennial, a Quebec restaurant changes poutine to cheese sauce fries to show solidarity with Ukraine. A restaurant in Drummondville, Quebec, which claims to be the inventor of poutine, has announced they will be removing the word poutine from its menu due to the Russian invasion in Ukraine.
What? So you're going to change the name? Oh my God, this is like just as dumb as changing the meaning of anti-vax. So you're going to change the name of something to stand in solidarity with Ukraine because Ukraine doesn't have poutine. They have cheese sauce fries.
No, Vladimir Putin.
Oh, come on. Is that literally where that's...
Yeah.
Is that only...
Yes.
Oh my God. That's even dumber than I was thinking. Come on. It's one thing. We talked about it in our last podcast, how freaking Justin Castro there is sitting there calling Putin, like, he's not a fucking side dish, okay? He's not a Putin.
Oh, but...
and now they're gonna... Come on. His name is Putin, not Putin.
Poutine.
Well, exactly.
Putin is a person. Poutine.
The food.
It's French. One's French. One's Russian.
Yeah.
That's like, have you ever seen those things? What were they called? I don't want to say the word. They're called N-word babies.
Oh, yeah.
Those little chocolates?
They weren't chocolates. They were
or whatever
black licorice.
Whatever.
They actually, you can still find them at the like Dollaramas. You can still find one.
And then they're actually called that still? Probably not.
There was something that was still, my jaw dropped when I seen it. I was like, seriously?
But this is the type of thing. Let's do the minimal possible. And to be fair, like I've said, Ukraine isn't innocent in this exchange either. They're not. I'm not saying what Russia is doing is right, and I'm not saying what Ukraine is doing. Like, Ukraine isn't right in this, isn't the virtuous one. Russia isn't necessarily the virtuous one either. All right, speaking of people that are not virtuous at all. Brian Stelter is 36 years old. He is the oldest 36 I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Like this dude in the picture here?
Yeah, Brian Totally Straight Stelter. He is like the oldest 36 I've ever seen.
Really? He's younger than me?
He's young. Yeah. He's 3 years older than me. Yet he looks like he's old enough to be my dad.
Oh my God.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Someone that says so much of nothing. You think he'd be so wise. He looks like he's 60. Somehow, he simultaneously looks 60. No, he doesn't look a day above 60, at least. But, holy. All right, so that's just a nice little aside. I just had to break. When I seen that, I couldn't believe this Chrome Dome motherfucker is that old, or should I say that young?
Young, yeah. I was actually quite surprised that Dave Lando is the same age. Like he's, I think, 36.
Yeah.
I was like, seriously?
Well, he looks like he's in his 40s.
Yes. Like when I see him on Steven Crowder, like normally, I'm like, he 100% is older than I am. And then when I read that, I was like, seriously? But I did see some other pictures where he had this like faux hawk thing going on. He actually looked pretty hot in it. And there he looked young. But the hair that he's kind of got going on now, he definitely does not look younger than me. I don't think I.
Yeah, no.
No.
But that, dude, cut it off. Cut it off.
I know. Like, I've always been like, as soon as you start getting that, like, just shave it. Shave it off. Don't try to keep it. Bald head.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So, all right. So let's get into the Russia stuff, the Ukraine stuff a little bit here. Okay. So from Reuters. So Russia. So during the UN Security Council, the UN or Security Council was looking at condemning so they were trying to condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Well, Russia has veto power, and so so Russia said, no, we're not condemning this. So this is from Reuters. So Russia vetoed a draft UN Security Council resolution on Friday that would have deplored Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. So while China abstained from the vote, a move Western countries view as a win for showing Russia's internet, blah, blah, blah. So that is the closest analogy is the police investigating themselves and found they did nothing wrong. Like, no, this isn't bad. It's just our political interests. So, but so we were actually I was able to find a video actually directly regarding Russia's comment on their decision to do this. So if you want, we could just play this. Just play like a couple. We just play this. I don't know what. Yeah. So we'll just play the first 15 seconds of it. Then, it starts to derail after that. Russians and vodka and everything else and motherland. They just start getting super nationalistic.
Sounds about right.
All right. So I'm ready when you are.
All right. I'm pushing play.
Hello down there. Are you okay? Excuse me.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
There, fucker! Do you need assistance?
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that was the formal response from Russia. Okay, but so I want to talk about. I want to talk about some. I want to talk about some things. So this is something that I've noticed. There is a direct proportional inference of the amount of people that don't know where Ukraine is and have a very biased opinion about them. So what do I mean by that? People that don't know where the fuck Ukraine even is, couldn't even find it on a map, are suddenly super supportive of Ukraine, yet they don't know anything about what's gone on there. Nothing. So here we have there's two things here, and I just pulled up the Brookings Institute. Obviously, they're a U.S. kind of thing, so anything that Russia does is inherently bad. Anything that Ukraine does, who's their election was a coup with the U.S. installing a government that is pro Western interests. So we have the Budapest Memorandum, which was one of the agreements that was signed by I believe it was the U.S. Was it EU, and I believe it was actually Russia, if memory serves correct, that they would, in order for them to be recognized as an independent country, so Ukraine would be seen as a sovereign nation, they had to get rid of their nuclear weapons. So their nuclear weapons went back into Russia. But there's these two provinces, the Crimean Peninsula and the Donbass. Those two separate places actually want to be separate. They wanted to be recognized as independent states because they are ethnically Russian. So we have the Budapest Memorandum, and then we have the Minsk agreements. So those are, and then there's the Minsk II agreements. So the Minsk agreement was, let me just pull this up quick. So if you look at the eastern side of Russia, or of Ukraine, that is the Donbass region, they are seen as a separatist group. They do not want to be a part of Ukraine. In fact, this place didn't want to be under Russia, but they also didn't want to be under necessarily German occupation. They wanted to be an independent place. So, if memory serves correct, the western side of Ukraine has been bombing this area up to, and I believe it was the Red Cross had independently come into this area, and there were over 2,000 bombs have been dropped in this place. Never heard anything about that, did you? Really?
No,
So,
I have not.
No one's heard about that. No one's heard about in the Crimean Peninsula that the water has been cut off there, literally to starve those people and, well, I guess, turn them into raisins. So, like I said, this isn't as clear cut that Ukraine is doing nothing and Russia is just the aggressor. And I'm saying this goes on both sides. Like I said, Ukraine has killed 14,000 people in this region. So, and I wanted to bring this up. Where's the videos? Where are any videos of this full-scale war? Ukraine is saying that they've killed over 4,000 Russian army men. Where's like
now?
with seeing how? Yeah, they've said they've killed. Well, reports are saying up to 4,300 Russian soldiers have been killed. But a lot of the videos that are now being shared, Snake Island, completely fake, completely fabricated, didn't happen.
What?
Yes, yeah, totally fake.
I was even hearing it on the news or whatever, how they were talking about that 13 of them died.
Fake. Totally fake.
Did that even the fuck off Russians happen?
Nothing.
Damn it.
Did not
funny
happen.
As shit.
Yeah, it was. I liked it. I liked the idea of, telling someone to go fuck themselves in a last hurrah.
Right?
The Ghost of Kiev. Completely fabricated.
Well, I had
That's
even
not
heard
real.
that that they had taken over Chernobyl.
Yeah.
to me,
Which
is just it's scary. Like, why on earth would you want to be over there with all the radioactivity that they have and then hold
it's mostly safe there.
it's still quite
It
high
is.
from what I remember seeing.
No, in the iron, what do they call it? The iron sarcophagus is pretty much contained all the radiation. But what they took an airport in less than 1 day. So they still have electricity. They still have internet capabilities. Mind you, Elon Musk apparently sent over a bunch of satellites and stuff. But you would think that would there not be videos? Like there would be footage of something? There's nothing.
anything?
There's nothing. So if this was a full-scale invasion, power would be taken out. Rails would be destroyed. You know, all the typical major infrastructure would have been disabled by now. Nothing. There's videos of people in shelters. That's it. And I'm not saying that nothing is happening, but it's a bit of the Gelman amnesia effect. Don't you think?
Yeah. Ukraine official says about 3,500 Russian troops killed or injured. That was from a day ago.
Yeah. But where's any video footage in the day where everyone has a camera on them? Like Ukraine is poor, but I don't think they're that poor considering how much money gets poured into this place.
Oh my God, that guy's hair.
Nothing?
UK Prime Minister. Sorry. No, I'm trying to look that UK Prime Minister. Jesus, that hair.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know. There's like an article or whatever, but there's no video. It says Ukrainian first responders stand by a damaged vehicle at the site of fighting with Russian troops after Russia launched a massive military operation against Ukraine in Kiev, Ukraine, February 26th. Yeah. But it doesn't it looks like there's some vehicles burnt and
But you see, like this isn't like you can see they're being like the Russians are being very careful of where they're striking. Because if this was an invasion, they would just like fucking scorched earth. The internet would be down, power would be gone, any fuel, food, water, that would all be cut off. And Russia has an army, a military of 1 million men.
yeah.
And they have 50,000 in the province or in the state right now, like in Ukraine. They have 200,000 sitting outside their borders.
Okay, so there's this thing here. There's a video that says Kiev to honor troops killed defending Snake Island.
It sounds like a great morale booster, doesn't it? Like if there is videos, but it's so hard to find any information. The picture of the president in his military garb, that was from last year. You think I just make this shit up?
No.
But that's the thing. I'm watching. I've been watching the Russia Times. I've been watching France 24. Nothing. There are no videos. You think there would be something.
Okay. So this article that I'm reading here, it said the authenticity of the recordings could not be independently verified. To go fuck yourself, the Russians.
Yeah.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky promised that in the speech summarizing Thursday's fight to decorate the deceased border guards.
Like it's you would think that there would be videos. Like I've been trying to follow and seeing what's actually going on. But you're seeing a lot of people that literally have no idea about any of this stuff. You know, the Minsk agreements, the where this place even is. Like this eastern side of Ukraine doesn't want to be part of Ukraine. The people that don't know that the western side of Ukraine sided with Germany. People don't know that. They like so I'll say this. Russia can look at it as they are Nazi collaborators. They have bombed and killed Russians. They are ethnically Russian. They speak Russian. They have no representation in the Ukrainian parliament. That area voted to 90% to at least be seen as independent states. And it wasn't honored. They were bombed. So I'm saying, like I said, I'm not okay with war coming from Russia, but I'm not okay with bombing of civilians from Ukraine.
Yeah.
So it's a little gray. It's not so black and white. So what are the Western interests doing? Well, they funneled more and more money. Ukraine is the only state after the fall of the Soviet Union that has actually gotten poorer. They're one of the most poor countries in Europe. They're the 9th most corrupt in the world. But yet they have millions upon millions, billions of dollars of aid that comes into Ukraine. NATO expansion. So, like you can see on that from the Brookings Institute when they're talking about and talking about that, well, Russia has violated these agreements over and over and over. Well, NATO expansion wasn't supposed to continue. They threatened Finland and Switzerland, like, if you guys join NATO, there will be problems. If Western governments get involved, they're looking at nuclear options. Like I'm saying, this isn't so clean cut. Ukraine is not the good guys, and Russia is not the bad guy.
But it's also not reversed either. It's just not saying that Ukraine is the bad guys and Russia is the good guys. It's just like a friend of mine once said, there's bad on both sides.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how far back do you want to go? Because we can go all the way back to the Big Bang, and then, well, like this is there has been struggles in this region for a very long time. Okay, all right. So let's. Oh God, Brian Stelter. Ugh. All right, so this is from LGBT Nation. Oh God. Oh my God.
Are you okay?
So Russia's post-invasion kill list includes Ukrainian LGBTQ citizens.
Okay, well, hold on.
The U.S. State Department.
I'm okay. Never mind. You continue. I'll save my thought. Carry on.
First off, they fucked up. You left AAIP2Q fucking silent 3 or whatever the fuck it is. You're already done goofed.
Yep. Yeah.
So the U.S. State Department says the Russian authorities have drawn up a list of Ukrainians to execute after invading the country, and LGBTQ citizens are on it. So just so you know, okay, so just so you know, Ukraine is going after the government. They're trying to force the government out, who was put in as they were not democratically elected. They were installed. But it's so that's who they're going after. They're not going after the gays and the blacks. They're going after the government.
Well, have you seen the kill list? It's a little insane that they would even have a kill list to begin with, but the fact that somebody else got their hands on it, and it's just, to me, it's just, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those, to draw you in, to put a totally different spin on it. Truckers' convoy is full of white supremacists. Yeah, there were 2 flags. Relax your dicks. 2 flags. Not thousands. 2. Okay, 2. And we've already dealt with that. Okay, that's to the past. But we're still going to keep talking about how the trucker convoy was a bunch of white supremacists. Okay, so now on the Russia kill list, it's got to be, LGBTQ. Yeah, plus, because they have to do something. It's either the convoy is against Black people, Russia is against gay people. They have to tie into one of those things. So then you're gonna create a stir in those particular people. That's then gonna do the fighting that the government wants them to do.
Oh, come on. Okay, scroll down. This is about the only thing these fucking gay people are going to be fighting with. Scroll down to that beautiful tank. That's about it.
Oh my God, I love it. I'm asking.
Like, come on.
Oh my God, that is.
Get them, boys.
Yes, queen.
Actually, to be fair, that'd probably be Brian Stelter saying that. Oh my God, there's so many men here. Oh my God. Is that a bear? Rawr.
Okay, who's up for group showers later?
Yeah. Oops, I dropped everything.
Let me just bend down and pick it up. Yeah.
I only bend with my hips. I don't bend at the knees.
Oh my God,
unless
you doing
I'm
that?
getting on them.
Oh, snap. The whole thing reminds me of Legally Blonde. I don't know if you ever watched that, but Legally Blonde, when she does the whole bend and snap thing. Yeah. That's exactly what's going through my mind right now.
Yeah, you could picture Brian Stelter doing that.
100%. I'm sure he's got quite the snap.
But this is it is unbelievable. It truly is. This is some like fucking leftist woke baby. Well, they're going after the gays. Sure. Right.
It always,
okay, so we do have
it just always has to come into some sort of divide. It doesn't matter what it is that's going on, what somebody's fighting about. There has to be some sort of divide that they have to put in there. It's either people against the gay people, it's people against Black people, it's people against Chinese people. It's like they always have to put some sort of divide in place all the time. It's just
of course.
absurd instead of just people being people.
Okay, so all right, so let's get on to this next one. So there is a video from The Guardian. Sorry, I forgot about this. So, sorry, I got a lot of shit. But so in Russia, people are protesting.
Okay, what's the article?
From The Guardian. The Guardian from Russia protest, theguardian.com, Russia anti-war protest face police crackdown and arrest.
Am I going back up now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go back up where we were.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was just showing you the gay tank. Told you people I find a lot of stuff. So there's a little video. We don't have to play the whole thing. It's just to get the point across. So
Russian anti-war
while that's
protesters.
being pulled up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, stop.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Why?
Probably.
Fine. I can manage my own.
Probably some stupid block.
Yeah. All right, let's play this shit.
Okay. So this is the government. These are anti-war protesters in Russia. Those anti-war protesters in Russia are. You know what that looks like? Does that look like Canada? Does that look like Canada to you?
Правильно,
little
зайди
bit.
дорогу.
So, obviously, I think something like 4,000 or 5,000 people have already been arrested for protesting.
Oh yeah, I heard that like there was a lot of people like Russian citizens that were protesting against this whole the war and stuff like that, and that they're literally all getting arrested. Like it's insane.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's. I see we get the point. But so you're seeing in Russia, they're protesting, the wars, and then I tried to find this clip and I could not find the video anywhere. But I believe the the Prime Minister of Australia had voiced that the Ukrainian people just want freedom. To be really careful of what you say, because if you scroll down a little bit, that's the same place that has quarantine camps. Where but they said it's totally voluntary. It's voluntary to stay there.
Yeah.
But so we have this article.
And sadly enough, Canada is lumped in with all that now. When people start thinking about like the tyranny and the authoritarianism and the harsh lockdowns, when you literally hear people talk about it, they talk about Australia, China, Canada. It's so sad.
All right, but so from the BBC, the old big black cock up in the UK. So Howard Springs, Australia police arrest quarantine escapees. But I thought it was voluntary. So Howard Springs Centre near Darwin in the Northern Territory is one of Australia's main quarantine, blah, blah, blah. Police said the trio scaled a fence to break out of the facility. Officers found them after a manhunt. That's a weird word for people that are just voluntarily quarantining. Manhunt on Wednesday.
When you say
All had
manhunt,
tested
they just meant like a
COVID.
nice little game of hide and seek. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Even though all these people tested negative for COVID. Again, this stuff is being built. The dissident centers are being built. Maybe they just need to be re-educated. Like maybe something like what China does. Well, to be fair, re-education camps probably aren't the best either, but it's weird. They're totally voluntary. So it's weird it's unusual to hear a prime minister say that Ukraine is fighting against Russia for their freedom, while you lock up your own citizens. Where else? Oh shit! Right from the horse's mouth himself. In these dark hours, Canada's message to the people of Ukraine is this: you are not alone. We are standing with you. Our support for Ukraine, for democracy, check out those fucking words, for human rights remain unwavering. For human rights, where your bank account is frozen, where you are not given due process, where you are detained without a crime.
You know what? Honestly,
Freedom of association, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, freedom of autonomy. Like,
I can't take
human rights,
anything
though.
that comes out of his mouth seriously anymore. Like when he speaks, he's just like a stand-up comedian to me now. Like I can't take him seriously after all the shit that he just did with our own citizens and stuff like that. The amount of hate speech that he kept spewing. Then to stand up there and talk about how he's against authoritarianism and all this other shit and we're going to stand with the Ukraine. Really? Really? I'm looking at you, Trudeau. Really? You have no right.
He's calling the black face black.
Right? Right? You have no right insulting another country or talking about their ways, I guess. I can't. Like you just don't. Because until you look in your own backyard, one that you literally just shit all over, you have no right to go tell somebody else that what they're doing is wrong.
Literally.
What?
Figuratively, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he shit all over us.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see the double standard. And this is the thing. you know, he wants to look at disarming his own citizens. That was the first thing that was passed during these mandates, was banning guns. Or I shouldn't say didn't ban guns, because people you can still have a gun, but he banned a lot of them. I think over 2,000 models were banned in Canada.
Yeah, insane.
But that doesn't seem like, how is that public health? But you just want to disarm the populace so that they can't overthrow a tyrannical government? Is that it? Are you trying to just hold on to your weak mind and ideas that nobody agrees with except leftists, which I find funny. He hates guns. He hates everything that guns stand for. But yet the same group that he talks about, so this is from Occupy Democrats. So this is a leftist organization. And this is from Define Ls. If you are not following Define Ls or Libs of TikTok, you don't want to see the cesspool that is the underbelly of the world. Libs of TikTok. If you want to see the hypocrisy, in fact, Define Ls got banned on Twitter because so this is what they do. They'll take someone's original statement, and then when they say something contradictory, and then they just do a nice little mashup. So Occupy Democrats, with them saying, so no civilian needs an AR-15, regardless of whatever mental gymnastics you do. You are a very special breed of stupid. So if you have a weapon, if you have an AR-15, you're an idiot. Ukraine Interior Minister announces that 10,000 automatic rifles have been handed out to the civilians of Kiev as they prepare to fight tooth and nail to defend their homes against Putin's invasion. Retweet if you stand with the brave Ukrainian people. So I will say, I agree with Occupy Democrats. I agree with them totally. Why would you want a select or like a semi-automatic rifle when you could have select fire rifle? I think that's what they're going for. Why only pull the trigger once and a no-no, the no-no button, when you can hold the no-no button and make all your problems go away?
All right, just the thing is that it's funny because there was that we were talking about it on one of our other podcasts. I think during was it the Black Lives Matter or something like that they didn't go in and break it up because they were afraid that they would get outnumbered and shot because of all the civilians that are allowed to carry guns. What was it?
It wasn't. No, it was during it was like during one of the like trucker kind of protest things. They had protested in DC. How was it called? March for Freedom. Okay. It was with Robert F. Kennedy was there, Peter Malone, and yeah, they were protesting the mandates and stuff. So the police didn't get involved there because they thought people would have weapons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember us talking about it, and it's funny because just talking about how Trudeau had banned all the guns and stuff like that, or shit ton of guns in Canada. It's like they were predicting something might happen, but okay, we need to get rid of these guns now because then we won't have to fear going after them, because they're going to be unarmed. So no biggie. We'll just beat them with sticks and shoot freaking
sticks. Sticks. What are we, India? If they're not throwing shit at you, they're throwing sticks and rocks. Oh, bad form, Canada. You look like India. You want to look like India? Because that's how you look like India.
It's not even just that. Like, okay, I would rather them use, I guess, sticks than the butt of a gun like they did on that one woman. However, I mean, it's still, like, why? Why? Because someone's standing in front of you?
She deserved it. Whoa. Did you not see the article? She deserved it. She deserved it. She didn't make him a sandwich.
I know. That's true. She threw her gloves at him. My bad.
Yeah, you want equal rights and lefts. Like and subscribe if you want some more derogatory comments towards women. And frankly, anyone else.
No.
Actually, speaking of derogatory things towards other groups, did you see that thing from in honor of Black History Month? All the great movers and shapers of the Black community, like Juicy Smollett, the Bubba Wallace, and Cardi B.
No.
Oh, that was my contribution to Black History Month. A black guy that said he had a noose in his garage when he didn't. Jesse Smollett, who fabricated a hate crime. And then Cardi B, who likes to finger or clean her asshole with her nails or whatever the fuck.
Oh, that was so nasty. That was the nastiest video I had ever seen. Like, I threw up in my mouth several times. And what disturbs me the most is, have you seen her nails? Like, it's not
that was
just
the picture. They're like,
that's not just cleaning. That's like literally like scraping.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. All right, you want to talk about scraping? You want to talk about bottoming out? The Gaily Grind, anti-LGBT Christian law firm, warns that gay people are building an army to bring down Trump. I seen this article and I exhaled quite heavily. It's So it's interesting to see. So left-wing, leftists. Well, I guess I should say, like, it's more like the establishment. All right, but so anyway, so from the Gaily Grind, the Liberty Counsel, the anti-LGBT fucking whatever Christian law firm that represented Kentucky anti-gay marriage clerk Kim Davis, is warning his fellow Christians about a secret plot by radical leftists, homosexuals, and the ACLU to take down Donald Trump. So if you scroll down a little bit, I'm pretty sure this is the army that they're talking about. So I think that's it.
Oh shit. Oh, they got a tank division. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then you can see their rapid or their high
against fascism. What the fuck? And they're on scooters. Oh yeah, they're man.
On scooters. The only thing these people are fighting is another fucking bag of chips. That's the only their struggle is with like a fucking CPAT machine. That's their struggle.
Oh my god. I mean,
the only thing that they're gonna take over is a golden corral. That's what you're taking. You ain't taking over shit. Although you will take up 2 seats on an airplane if you could ever fit your fat ass on it. So, and then we have their special forces. If you scroll down a little bit more, look at those brave things. Like,
they look tough as fuck. Yes. Feminists of the world unite. Oh.
They look retarded.
I would be
I
scared.
think they're all retarded.
If I was walking down an alley at night and I turned the corner and I saw them there, I'd shit my pants. I'd be scared.
Hell no. I'd look at them and say, "Hello, fellow nerds. You all playing some D&D? I'll be a rogue." Like, look, and they're look. Okay, so a few of us went to the mountains to train this afternoon. Bullshit. The only thing you were training on, I think the only thing that they were actually training on was who has the bigger dick.
We'll be ready to punch any Nazi that stands in our way. Here we are, unmasked. What are you guys doing now? Or what are you going to do now? Really?
What are you gonna do?
Like, their fists are just like,
limp-wristed.
Yeah,
limp-wristed.
Right? I will say that this. Oh, where'd it go? This guy's smile, though. I mean, he's got the biggest fucking smile ever on his face.
Oh, you know, he got railed on. Like a train was ran on him.
He loved it.
100%.
Everyone else looks all confused, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Like, come on. They're all vegan. The only thing they're not No, I'm sorry, you're not the revolution.
Guy in
Denver Antifa.
the guy in the bear
But
fucking
look,
sweater,
zoom
he
in.
looks like he can barely hold his hand up. I need meat.
Yeah.
I haven't had meat in like a year. Please just give me meat.
But if you look at their picture, what is that in their photo?
I don't know. There's lots of interesting things
There's
happening there.
There's a hammer and sickle. Isn't that a sign of oppression? They have their little anti-fascist action. I can't really. And then they have the red and black flag, and they have the hammer and sickle.
Where did you even see that? Am I in the same fucking picture?
Scroll up a little bit. Denver Antifa at the top of the page.
Oh. I'm like looking in the photo. I'm like, oh, jeez.
No. Oh, they would not make communists. They would be the people that the communists would fuck.
Well, especially Smiling Boy.
Like, honest, they all look retarded.
I'm telling you.
Refugees welcome. What is that? That guy has. All right. Anyways, all right. Okay. So let's do this last one. This is just a fast little one. So online leftists are crowdfunding a Russian tank. Surprise, surprise. So you know it's not going to fucking work. Comrade Lenin's dank meme stash, a collective of communist and socialist internet users, created a spark from controversy. So they wanted to buy a T-34 tank. They've raised $3,000 and they need $44,000. Isn't that cool? What the fuck did you just do?
I just added a bit of a space so I could show the whole article or the whole little blurb thing to everybody else.
That was it. I don't care. Oh, decides to praise Stalin, who did absolutely nothing wrong. Okay, so this is just a meme, but it's still funny. It has to be a meme. Okay, all right, so that's it. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. That was a lot.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
I'm gonna go find a woman to beat.
Well, yeah, your woman to beat is at home. Sorry. Hurry up and get home.
One day.
Right.
No, I gotta go bash the fash and all that. I'm going to the woods I'm going into the mountains of Denver, Colorado, and bashing the fash.
Okay, well, have fun with that. Sounds like a party. All right. Well, anyway, for anybody who stuck around to listen to this whole thing, thank you. If you're new here, welcome. Returning subscribers, yay. Everyone, don't forget to check us out on all the areas that are going to be listed in the description box below: Twitter, Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, everything. Also, hope everyone had a great weekend. Enjoy your Monday. We will see you again on Wednesday to help get you over that hump. And yeah, have a great rest of your night, everyone. Bye.